सच्चिदानन्दरूपाय विश्वोत्पत्त्यादिहेतवे तापत्रय विनाशाय श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। श्रीकृष्णाय वयं नुमः। Dear friends, the oldest tradition which ever anyone know is Hinduism. One question which usually arises in the mind of people, even this question arises in the history of world. How old is Hinduism? And if it is the oldest one, then what are the roots? What are the secret of its endlessness? What are the facts those are running behind the Hinduism which helps to survive it constantly? It is the mother of all religion, all philosophies, all faith, mother of all Puranas, mother of all epics. The moment we think about it, from when it has started its journey, without an organization like in Christianity, there are a full-fledged organization of churches and organization of mosques in Muslim religions. But in Hindu religion, there were no such organizational factor, and there were lots of ups and downs. No one can say there were no enemies of Hinduism. Lots of enemies were there who wanted to kill the Hinduism, to destroy the Hinduism. If you don't believe in Hinduism, then this video is not useful for you. The secret of survival of Hinduism is its elasticity. This is the religion which have a space to accept, to embrace all the changes of society, all the changes of mindsets of Hindus. It behaves like a cambium which came out of a tree but within a tree, like a pregnant woman, Garbhini. A baby came from her own body, a pregnant lady, which allows him or her to construct inside his body. Sanatana Dharma, the Hinduism, has the capacity to grow constantly, gradually and regularly to to embrace the changes of the society. Out of the proportions, changes of the world, no matter whether it is a war or peace, or any type of epidemic, in all situations, Hinduism has something for the newcomers, for the aspirational. Thus, the capacity which Hindus have, other religions are very dry to accept the changes of the society, and finally they became fanatical. They don't accept the new thinking, the new philosophies, the new minds of the newcomers. So finally they perishes. There are so many religions, those were beautiful at their time, like the Green, the Greek, the Roman, the Macedonian. They did wonderful. They produced lots of brilliant minds, brilliant literature, brilliant philosophies, scholars. But the end, they didn't survive because they hesitated to accept the changes, to embrace those changes. Those were arose in the society, but that is why only these rich religions were collapsed. On the other hand, the Hinduism was able to expand and embrace them. This is the beauty. In the Vedic period, when the bhakti movement was not there, people were more intellectual. They think about the society, about the God, about the world. They were contemplative. They had the capacity to create, to bridge between the God, the Lord Almighty, and the human. In the Vedic era, when somebody did yagyas, the Dev himself appeared to attain the yagya phala. At that time, the people of that era had less desires. They were happy with their intellectual, with their beliefs, with their faith. In all Vedic literature, there is an emphasis on contemplation, and they were happy. But by the time of the Mahabharata, people became more egoistic, egocentric, and full of desire-ridden people. They could do anything to fulfill their desires. They were not happy. They lost the intellectual. When more desires came in your life, immediately the person loses his intellectual capacity. Contemplation, and it becomes restless mind, always worries, start living in disease, and for them a contemplate is an impossible path. During that time, Lord Vedavyas introduced a wonderful technique. He evolved a new technique which balanced with this societal change. He creates lots of Puranas, the stories of Rama, Lord Rama, and the story of Lord Krishna, with the wonderful ideas and imagination. The idea, because unless you are not clear in your mind, you cannot create a dedication in your heart to meet the Almighty. In Vedic era, the people were much clear. But at the era of Mahabharata, people lost their intellectual and they become desire-ridden. To balance this thing, Vedavyas create lots of Puranas. Upasana method, however, the beauty of all beauties, who grew up by the bank of Yamuna, on the song of Krishna, the gopis started dancing on his music. These pictures we can easily conceive. These are at our level. The imagination in Puranas, in Bhagavatam, like a student of elementary class can understand the syllabus, the book, the lesson of his book of elementary level. But if we tell him or her some advanced studies or some advanced technique or some advanced methods of study, he may feel uneasy. He may not understand. But yes, if he do his elementary study nicely or with full devotion, then there is a chance that someday he may become a good student and can understand the syllabus of graduation, applying the same technique. When a person follow the bhakti and quiet his mind and become happy with his wandering lessons, the steady mind then become the instrument for higher and constant contemplation on the spring of life within our heart. Listening of Bhagavatam is only path at this moment which was evolved by the Vedavyas, that by listening these stories of Lord Krishna or Lord Rama or the devotees of Krishna, someone's mind get quiet and get surrendered in the lotus feet of Krishna. or the Lord Almighty, or the energy which is responsible to create, destroy, or handle the world. Once he surrenders his mind and body in the feet of Krishna, the Bhagavatam, we to turn and contemplate on the higher reality, higher happiness, greater joy, contemplating on the Lord. Vyas Bhagavan enchants us with Shrimad Bhagwtat Katha. This is the Mahatma of Shrimad Bhagwtat Katha. The importance, why Bhagavatam was introduced by Veda Vyasa. In today's era, it has become more prominent, more easier when you want to go in the lotus feet of Krishna. You have to prepare your mind first. Otherwise, the same phenomena that I have told, a student of elementary class cannot understand the advanced studies. The Maharaj, the Krishna Leela, the Kaliya Daman Leela, Chirharana Leela, and the battle of Mahabharata, a non-devotee cannot understand. Only a quiet heart and mind can get happiness with these Leelas which are in Bhagavatam. So starting must be from the elementary level, means by the surrendering your heart and mind in the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. Sachidananda Rupaya Vishotpatyadihetave Tapatraya Vinasaya Shri Krishnaya Vayam Namah. Shri Krishnaya Vayam